War, conflict, tragedy, a battlefield. Except this one isn't in the game. It's happening around it. A war between veterans and newcomers. Between longtime players and the content creators who want something different. But what's it actually about? First off, I'll say it straight. I'm not an expert in Battlefield, and I'm not deep into battle royales either, so I'm not here to dissect anything. But the conversation that sprung up after the open betas is interesting. Veterans side. For years they've been waiting for a good Battlefield game, and for them, that means sticking to the formula. Slow, tactical, all-out war. They don't want dev time wasted chasing trends. And they don't believe the game has to be for everyone. If that sounds a bit like gatekeeping, that's because it is, and they're fine with it. The streamers and new players argue the opposite. To them, the game feels too slow. They want faster gameplay, a ranked mode, and especially a battle royale. They argue that without these, the game won't succeed in today's market, as it won't draw in the audience it needs. And that tension is already visible in how Battlefield has shifted. Faster Call of Duty style movement has crept in, and veterans argue it encourages lone wolf run and gun playstyle, instead of objectives and teamwork, which they feel undermines the whole identity of Battlefield. Now you might say, why not have both? Keep the core Battlefield intact, but also add a battle royale. Everyone wins, right? But here's the problem. Development time isn't infinite. If you add a full extra game mode, something else is going to lose attention. And honestly, I've seen this happen before. Path of Exile promised that its sequel, Path of Exile 2, wouldn't impact Path of Exile 1's development. But when PoE 2 went into early access, resources had to be shifted, and PoE 1 ended up with an almost a year-long content drought. The same thing could happen here. Even with a larger dev team, if a Battlefield Battle Royale takes off, it's hard to imagine it not pulling resources away from the core experience. On the other hand, popular modes bring people in. More players means more money, and money keeps studios alive. If the core identity of Battlefield isn't enough to pull in an audience, then what choice does the studio really have? That's the clash at the heart of this. Identity versus survival, tradition versus evolution. And for me, as someone with a huge stake in this, I can honestly see both sides. I do lean towards the veterans. I like the idea of Battlefield staying true to what makes it unique. But here's the truth. Even if the game sticks to its formula, if I log in and I find only 3 people in a massive all-out war match, I'm not going to stick around either. Whatever side you're on, I just hope the game's fun enough to keep me playing. Because in the end, even the biggest battles need players to fight it.